and an eerie item that people on the internet are calling an alien spacecraft. It is near Modev Peak, where the strange item was spotted. Whether or not it is a UFO is unknown, but it does resemble an alien vessel from a 1960s movie. The object has a domed top and wide rim and appears to be metallic in composition and is positioned on its side. The putative extraterrestrial ship was deemed a run-of-the-mill UFO by numerous social media users who put its width at 12 meters. It's obviously a craft. Look at how smooth the curvature is. If being eroded by a wave, it would not keep a consistent shape like that, and certainly not poke out the opposite way, and even indent in behind it, forming a perfect circle. The ones saying it's ice are completely ignoring these facts. This is a wonderful find. According to their scientific claims, the ice cube neutrino detector can do more than just listen. It can actually send out signals. There are digital optical modules embedded in the ice. Having demonstrated its transmitting capabilities, the world's largest direct energy weapon system has been transformed from the world's largest telescope. Billy Carson, a paranormal researcher and UFO believer, said Antarctica is hiding an evil or dangerous secret under its frozen surface. According to him, a NASA photo shows a pyramid in the Ellsworth Mountains, which he believes is a sign of an ancient evil that might be unleashed by scientific exploration. Additionally, he cited the warning of retired astronaut Buzz Aldrin about the threat of an evil entity. Also recently, a NASA scientist has recently made a shocking revelation that is sure to give goosebumps to believers in extraterrestrial life. Podcast, Theories of Everything, Knuth stated that if aliens are really present on our blue planet, then the seafloor or ocean floor would be ideal for them. They can create a base, live comfortably, and keep an eye on the happenings on Earth. According to podcast host Kevin Knuth's theory of everything, the majority of Earth's mass is water. We still don't have a full picture of the underwater environment since extraterrestrials have been there. The aliens may have found the ideal hiding spot here. Extraterrestrials, in Kevin's opinion, are exceptionally bright, and they would thrive in oceans if they originate from a watery habitat. Meanwhile, non-native animals pose a threat to the last big wilderness on Earth due to global warming. An extraterrestrial creature rests face up on green non-slip flooring at the base of the stairs to Deck 5. Up close, you can make out the twitching of one of its 6 legs and the crushed remains of most people recognize it as the common housefly. It probably wouldn't have made it to Antarctica, even if someone hadn't stepped on it. Flies move very slowly and almost don't take flight when the temperature drops below 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Surviving flies buzz at the ship's windows, trying to escape the upper decks. If their prison break were to succeed, they'd find themselves facing seemingly endless waters with nowhere to go. The Southern Ocean provides a formidable barrier to entering Antarctica, a great wall of water and powerful currents that have separated the continent from the rest of the world for about 30 million years. Couple that with freezing temperatures, and the Antarctic provides little hope for a wayward housefly trapped on a ship. The temperature of Antarctica, however, is changing, and changing dramatically. East Antarctica was 70 degrees hotter than usual. Although it could be a one-off, scientists are predicting that the average temperature getting to the southernmost continent on Earth in the past, humans started offering transient opportunities for alien intrusion in the 1800s, when Antarctic explorers were trying to find and document the continent. Antarctic research stations, which are permanent outposts for researching the ice and the Antarctic ecology, are resupplied annually by a small number of nations with a permanent presence across the continent. The continent and its environs are now more accessible than ever before via air and water, but membership is still limited. According to Dana Bergstrom, an ecologist at the Australian Antarctic Division, back of the napkin math suggests that less than 1 million people have ever set foot on Antarctician soil. However, even that is evolving. Tourists were flocking to the Antarctic in droves before the epidemic grounded all ships. The International Association of Antarctic Tour Operators reports that around 70, which preserve the Antarctic environment, are obligated to minimize their impact on the unspoiled wilderness. However, their plans aren't foolproof. Antarctic ecosystems have been hidden from the globe for millennia, and if an extraterrestrial were to get in, it might have terrible consequences. It's a super special place to understand how the planet works, and so it's really worthwhile putting all our efforts into trying to keep nature operating without interfering. A group of storage containers and sheds are located in an oasis devoid of ice on the Antarctic Peninsula's eastern coast. Surrounded by a diverse array of species, including a large concentration of Adelie penguins on neighboring islands, the Davis facility serves as Australia's southernmost outpost on the mainland. In 2014, its hydroponics facility was the site of an infamous alien invasion. In May of that year, expeditioners entered closer. They realized it wasn't a mat, says Andy Sharman, environmental manager at the Australian Antarctic Division. It was thousands of tiny invertebrates. Davis had been invaded by the Thing 1,000 times over. Invading the facility undetected, the Xenila arthropods quickly multiplied in the humid, warm environment. This area of the Antarctic has never before seen the flea-like creatures called collembolans, who had previously been entrenched in warmer climates. They might endanger the local environment if released, according to a panel of top scientists. In a flash, the station switched to an elimination mode. The pace was lightning quick. Even the newly gathered veggies that had made it to the Davis kitchen were among the items that were wrapped and burned after the reaction team sprayed alcohol throughout the facility. The structure went through severe freeze-thaw cycles. The heat would so safeguarding the continent from these threats is an ongoing struggle. Among the accomplishments of the Australian Antarctic Division is the extermination of the things at Davis. Yet, incursions remain an ever-present danger. While invertebrates are notorious for hiding in shoes and bags, plant seeds in Velcro, and marine animals in ballast tanks on ships are among the most frequently disseminated non-native species. Casey Station, located on the Antarctic Peninsula in Australia, has been fighting a mushroom fly infestation in its sewage system for more than 20 years. The critter probably traveled concealed in vegetables, and there have been continuous attempts to get rid of it. Similar to this, in 2017, expeditions from Poland found an alien fly in the sewage of an Antarctic Peninsula station. Despite its lack of flight skills and inability to withstand very cold temperatures, it managed to escape to see them. With global warming making Antarctic waters more habitable for extraterrestrial life, protecting the ocean will become an additional front in the struggle against alien invasion. But the Antarctic circumpolar current is the strongest current on Earth. Thus, any extraterrestrial invasion by sea would be a major challenge. The ACC acts as a natural barrier by going clockwise around the continent, preventing any marine life from reaching the southern hemisphere. On the other hand, humans managed to overcome the current over 100 years ago. The dangerous seas are navigable by icebreakers and tourist ships, which means non-native species can hitchhike from ports all over the world. According to Arlie McCarthy, a PhD student at the University of Cambridge who studies Antarctic marine creatures, ships that visit Antarctica visit every other part of the world, so potential pathways stretch everywhere. The delicate in the past few years. A further 1/3 come for the purpose of scientific study. Not only that, but these two pursuits are on the rise. Still, researchers are attempting to pin down which species are most likely to launch an invasion. Using a machine learning algorithm, a team of Australian scientists has identified 4 marine species that pose a threat to the Antarctic marine ecosystem currently, and 5 more that could do so in the future due to climate change. The invasion of one species, the northern Pacific sea star, has proven to be very troublesome. It is quite probable that a shipping vessel brought the starfish to Tasmanian waters from the northern hemisphere. The precise consequences of rising sea temperatures are unknown to scientists. On the other hand, machine learning studies have shown promising outcomes. Because the Antarctic continent is both too distant and too seems to be to stop it before it starts, but is it really possible?